evening, everyone. Welcome to the NODA Northwest District 8 Awards 2023 for all productions in 2020, 2021 and 2022. Combined together, the COVID years, here are your online results. Now, there are 32 awards on offer this evening. So yeah, sit back, relax, make sure you've got drinks, make sure you've got snacks, make sure that you're with people and you're just loving life. Go. Best Poster, the nominees are Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee, and Half Decent Proposals, the Theatre Congleton. And the NODA for Best Poster goes to Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. There are 4 nominations for this one. The first nomination is Do You Hear the People Sing, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. The second nominee is Shrek the Musical, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Third nominee is Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. And finally, Beauty and the Beast, NADOS. And the best programme for Peacock Class, the NODA goes to Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. The next award is Best Programme Perkins Class. There are 5 nominations for this one across the Adult and Youth Awards. The first nominee is Roles Will Never Play, Together for Theatre Productions. The Wizard of Oz, Burton Wood AMADS. Big Fish, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Sunshine on Leith, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. And The Battle of Boat, Cody's. The NODA for Best Programme Perkins Class goes to The Battle of Boat, Cody's. Next up, we have a Best Programme Barnes Class. There are 2 nominees for this one. The first nominee is Peter Pan, Kingsley Players. And the second nominee is Unhappily Ever After, Burton Wood, AMADS. And the NODA for Best Programme Barnes Class goes to Peter Pan, Kingsley Players. Best Supporting Male in a Musical. Now, there are tons of nominees for this one, so I'm going to whiz through them. The nominees are Simeon Green, Dave the Phil Monty for Trinity AOS. John Sprung Murphy, Donkey, Shrek the Musical, DNS Productions. Adrian Grace, Rab, Sunshine on Leith, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Miles Ryan, Bob Cratchit, A Christmas Carol, Alderley Edge and Wilmslow Musical Theatre Company. Jack Parry, Tunny, American Idiot, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Scott Heath, Will, American Idiot, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Jonathan Hall, Emmett, Legally Blonde, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Ian Wilkinson, Bob, Priscilla Queen of the Desert, Crew Amateur Musical Society. Jacob Taylor, Adam Felicia, Priscilla Queen of the Desert, Crew Amateur Musical Theatre Society. Stephen Coles, Donkey, Shrek the Musical, Curtain Call Productions. Rob Nixon, Lurch, The Addams Family, Acton AOS. and Chris Doyle, Malcolm, The Full Monty, DNS Productions. The NODA for Best Supporting Male in a Musical goes to Chris Doyle, Malcolm, The Full Monty, DNS Productions. The nominees for Best Supporting Female in a Musical are Debbie Allen, Barbara Castle, Maiden Dagenham, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company; Louise Coollahan, Vicky, The Full Monty, Trinity AOS; Debbie Allen again, Chris, Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions; Catherine Badley, Jean, Sunshine and Leith, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company; Jenna Finnegan, Elida, Sunshine and Leith, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company; Kirsten Dunn, Hope Harcourt, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company; Lindsay Darker, Chris, Calendar Girls the Musical, DNS Productions; Claire Moorhouse, Paulette, Legally Blonde, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company; Jane Harnick, Scarecrow, Wizard of Oz, Burton Wood, Amads; Sammy Hatton, Scarecrow, The Wizard of Oz, Vale Royal Musical Theatre; Rachel Sutton, Judy, 9 to 5 the Musical, Encore Productions; and Izzy Smith, Dora Lee, 9 to 5 the Musical, Encore Productions. How do you pick a winner from those? Seriously, how do you pick a winner? Right, the NODA for Best Supporting Female in a Musical goes to Debbie Allen, Chris, Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the nominees. The nominees for Best Supporting Male in a Drama are Edward Green, Jacob Marley, Christmas Carol, Harlequin Players; John Beach, Donald, Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players; Michael Schneck, Raymond, Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players; Ian Lancaster, Ratty, Wind in the Willows, Frodsham Players; Daniel Wood, Baldrick, Blackadder 2, Congleton Players; Richard Connolly, Ralph, Bouncers, Phoenix Theatre Company; David Varley, John Clark, Calendar Girls, Frodsham Players; Phil Murray, Davenport, Funny Money, Kingsley Players; Robin Jackson, Ken and Bob, Half Decent Proposals, The Theatre, Congleton; Murray Milligan, Dr. McFarlane, Hobson's Choice, Kingsley Players; Chris Doyle, Willie, Hobson's Choice, Kingsley Players; David Lee, Tom Kettle, The Ferryman, Harlequin Players; William Vickers, Dr. Watson, The Hound of the Baskervilles, Congleton Players; and finally Ian Bennett, Jack Absolute, The Rivals, Frodsham Players. And the NODA for Best Supporting Male in a Drama goes to David Lee, Tom Kettle, The Ferryman, Harlequin Players. Congratulations. And that brings us on to the next category, Best Supporting Female in a Drama. Again, lots of nominees for this one, so let's get through them. The first nominee is Rachel Wood, Truvy, Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players; Laura Beach, Annelle, Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players; Emily Duffy, The Ghost of Christmas Past, A Christmas Carol, Harlequin Players; Rachel Perrin, Mrs. Fizzywig and The Ghost of Christmas Present, A Christmas Carol, Harlequin Players; Niamh Brazier, Audrey, Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players; Louise Coollahan, Angela, Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players; Andrea Jones, Mrs. Froy, A Lady Vanishes, Frodsham Players; Jenny Brassington, Carol, Shakers, Phoenix Theatre Company; Carol Shinkfield, Chris, Calendar Girls, Frodsham Players; Julia Burgess, Mrs. Malaprop, The Rivals, Frodsham Players; and Lydia Clare, Joyce, Lockdown in Northwich, Harlequin Players. And the NODA for Best Supporting Female in a Drama goes to Laura Beach, Annelle, Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players. The next award is for Best Male Comedy Performance. The nominees are Chris Hubbard, Lord Farquaad, Shrek the Musical, DNS Productions; Robin Jackson, Monsieur Perrier, Now That Lockdown Is Over, The Theatre Congleton; David Leslie, Toad, Wind in the Willows, Frodsham Players; Pete Brennan, Lord Evelyn Oakley, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company; Adam Good, Lord Farquaad, Shrek the Musical, Curtain Call Productions; and Tom Frith, Lord Farquaad, Shrek the Musical, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. 3 Lord Farquaads. And the NODA for Best Male Comedy Performance goes to David Leslie, Toad, Wind in the Willows, Frodsham Players. The next award of the evening is Best Female Comedy Performance. Only 3 nominees in this category, and the nominees are Ali Wheeler, Mary Featherstone, How the Other Half Loves, Kingsley Players; Gemma Ewan, The Lion, The Wizard of Oz, Burton Wood, AMADS; and Sue Elliott, All the Roles, into Kingsley Players. And the NODA for Best Female Comedy Performance goes to Ali Wheeler, Mary Featherstone, How the Other Half Loves, Kingsley Players. And that brings us on to Best Comedy Duo Award. Now this award doesn't go on to the regionals, it's just one that I've added in, but deservedly so. I think you all deserve a nomination. So the nominees for Best Comedy Duo Award go to Helen Catalogher and Paul Turner for Tinkly and Sprinkly, Cinderella, Autumn Theatre Company; Andrew Marsh and Barry Dilworth, Beryl and Cheryl, Cinderella, Nados; and Tom McLaughlin and Jessie Scottson, Moonfaced Martin and Irma, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company. And the NODA for Best Comedy Duo go to Tom McLaughlin and Jessie Scottson, Moonface and Irma, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company. So we as NODA reps decided this year to introduce a lot of new awards, especially for pantomimes, because we felt that pantos were at a slight disadvantage previously. So we've introduced lots of new awards this year. So with that being said, the awards, the nominations for Best Panto Villain are Rachel Hadzik Chesters, The Evil Stepmother, Snow White, Shavington Village Festival Committee; Leanne Barnes, Devilia Hardup, Cinderella, Nados; Jake Broadhurt, Long John Silver, Treasure Island, Vale Royal Music Theatre; Anthony Close, The Sheriff of Nottingham, Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. And the NODA for Best Panto Villain goes to Rachel Hadzik Chesters, The Evil Stepmother, Snow White, for Shavington Village Festival Committee. I think it's time for another one. Best Pantomime Dame this time. There are 3 nominees. The first one, Andrew Marsh, Nanny Night Nurse, for Beauty and the Beast, Nados; Keith Wilde, Widow Twankey, Aladdin, Goulburn, Stados; and Andrew Marsh and Barry Dilworth, Beryl and Cheryl, Cinderella for NADOS. And the NODA for Best Pantomime Dame. He won it last time, he's about to win it again. Andrew Marsh, Nanny Night Nurse, Beauty and the Beast, NADOS. It's now time for Best Supporting Performance in a Pantomime. The nominees are Niamh Dilworth, Buttons, Cinderella, NADOS. Rebecca Denton, Sleeping Beauty, Unhappily Ever After, Burton Wood, Amads. Adam Good, Billy Crusoe, Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. David Davenport, Buttons, Cinderella, Audlum Theatre Company. Rory Mason, Philippe Philop, Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. Danny Gilman, Gertie Gusset, Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. Sue Elliott, Jack and Jill's Mother, Jack and the Incredible Beanstalk for Kingsley Players. And Leanne Brereton, Polly the Parrot, Treasure Island, Vale Royal Music Theatre. And the NODA for Best Supporting Performance in a Pantomime goes to Adam Good, Billy Crusoe, Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. It's now time for Best Leading Performance in a Pantomime. Only 3 nominees this time. First nominee is Megan Good, Robinson Crusoe in Robinson Crusoe for Shavington Village Festival Committee. Bex Mackin, Robin Hood and Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. And Molly Slynn, Snow White in Snow White for Shavington Village Festival Committee. And the NODA for Best Leading Performance in a Pantomime goes to Bex Mackin, Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. And that brings us to Best Staging. This is a category I absolutely love. Each of these nominees, the staging, the way that they were staged is just brilliant. And it's been a genuine pleasure to see your productions. So with that being said, the Best Staging nominees are The Rivals, Frodsham Players. Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players. Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions. Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players. A Christmas Carol, Alderley Edge and Wilmslow Musical Theatre Company. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Frodsham Players. Hobson's Choice, Kingsley Players. The Ferryman, Harlequin Players. And 9 to 5 the Musical, Encore Productions. And the NODA for Best Staging goes to Christmas Carol, Alderley Edge and Wilmslow Musical Theatre Company. There's still 16 awards left, so don't worry. Grab yourself another drink, some snacks. And now we come on to Best Choreography in a Pantomime. So again, another one of these new categories this year. So we also have Best Choreography as well coming up next. But this one is Best Choreography in a Pantomime. The nominees are Lisa Griffiths, Cinderella, NADOS. Bianca Tranter, Unhappily Ever After, Burton Wood, Amads. And Angela Snell, Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. All of these deserve to win, but the NODA for Best Choreography in a Pantomime goes to Bianca Tranter, Unhappily Ever After, Burton Wood, AMADS. Congratulations. And that brings us on to Best Choreography. Again, this has been a hard one to judge because the choreography over the last 3 years has been phenomenal. And so everyone absolutely deserves to win. Congratulations. But the nominees for Best Choreography are Natasha Bill, 9 to 5 The Musical, Encore Productions. Jenna Finnegan, American Idiot, Mid-Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Kara Shadwell, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company. Lisa Ann Jones, Elf the Musical, Centenary Theatre Company. Jessica Martin, Flashdance, The Zodiac Musical Theatre. Nikki Evans, Footloose, Congleton Musical Theatre. Heather Taylor, Priscilla Queen of the Desert, Crew Amateur Musical Theatre Society. Emma Humphreys, Legally Blonde, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. And Rachel Capper, The Addams Family, Acton AOS. Again, how do you choose? But the NODA for Best Choreography goes to Jessica Martin, Flashdance, The Zodiac Musical Theatre. And that brings us on to 2 musical director awards. First one is Best MD for a Pantomime. There are 3 nominees. The nominees are Jenny Collis Smith, Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. Tim Sagar, Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. And Barry Dilworth, Beauty and the Beast, Nados. And the NODA for Best MD for a Pantomime goes to Jenny Collis Smith, Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. And that brings us on to Best MD. Again, another hard category. Anyone could win. Everyone's a winner. But the nominees are Craig Price, Shrek the Musical, DNS Productions. Matt Corrigan, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company. Simon Pickup, Elf the Musical, Centenary Theatre Company. Craig Price again, Flashdance, The Zodiac Musical Theatre. Michael J. Scott, Legally Blonde, KMTC. Triona Holden, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Crew Amateur Musical Society. Michael J. Scott again, Shrek the Musical, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. And Duncan Riches, 9 to 5 The Musical, Encore Productions. And the NODA for Best MD goes to Matt Corrigan, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company. That brings us on to Best Leading Male in a Musical. Again, just a powerhouse after powerhouse. Some phenomenal performances from these guys. The nominees are Simon Matthews, Jerry, The Full Monty, Trinity AOS. Connor Ryan, Ali, Sunshine and Leith, Mid-Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Adrian Grace, Scrooge, A Christmas Carol, Alderley Edge and Wilmslow Musical Theatre Company. Blair Smith, Johnny, American Idiot, Mid-Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Blair Smith again. Billy Crocker, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company. Dean Callow, Buddy the Elf in Elf the Musical, Centenary Theatre Company. Chris Doyle, Nick, Flashdance, The Zodiac Musical Theatre. Todd Bennett, Trick and Mitzi, Priscilla Queen of the Desert, Crew Amateur Musical Society. Kieran Pickin, Ren McCormick, Footloose, Congleton Musical Theatre. Oliver Ball, Shrek in Shrek the Musical, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Rob Earl, Gomez Adams in The Addams Family, Acton AOS. Saul Adams, Jerry, The Full Monty, DNS Productions, and Jake Lycan, Franklin Hart Jr., 9 to 5 the Musical, Encore Productions. But the NODA for Best Leading Male in a Musical goes to Dean Callow, Buddy the Elf, Elf the Musical, Centenary Theatre Company. Hello again, it's time for Best Leading Male in a Drama now. The nominees are Callum Johnson, George, the Unreturning Harlequin Players; Simeon Green, Willie, Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players; Neil Silcock, Frank Foster, How the Other Half Loves, Kingsley Players; Ian Bennett, Max Hare, The Lady Vanishes, for Frodsham Players; Neil Silcock again, all roles in 2, Kingsley Players; William Vickers, Blackadder in Blackadder 2 for Congleton Players; Mike Kelsall, Hobson in Hobson's Choice, Kingsley Players; Brandon Chadwick, Will and Bill for Perfect Wedding, Harlequin Players; Adrian Grace, Quinn Carney, The Ferryman, Harlequin Players; Simon Hoffman, Sherlock Holmes in The Hound of the Baskervilles, Congleton Players; Adrian Grace again, Nigel Wayne and Half Decent Proposals, The Theatre, Congleton; Mike Kelsall again, Mr. Henry Perkins in Funny Money, Kingsley Players; and finally Dave Rogerson, Bernard, Lockdown in Northwich, Harlequin Players. Lots of double nominees there. And the NODA for Best Leading Male in a Drama goes to one of those double nominees. It's Neil Silcock, all roles in 2 for Kingsley Players. It's time for Best Leading Female in a Musical. Again, lots of nominees. This is the category that's kept me up the most. Honestly, it's just beyond a joke how strong this category is. Congratulations to all the nominees. Sincerely, congratulations. And again, in your year, you would have won the award. It just so happens that you're all shoved in a pot together. And I sincerely apologise, but you all deserve to win. The nominees for Best Leading Female in a Musical are Susie Lowe, Annie, Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions; Kaylee Ann Strong, Princess Fiona, Shrek the Musical, DNS Productions; Lisa Ann Jones, Reno Sweeney, Anything Goes, Centenary Theatre Company; Amy Clare, Sandra Bloom, Big Fish, Mid-Cheshire Musical Theatre Company; Kat Hewish, Annie, Calendar Girls the Musical, DNS Productions; Keely-Ann Strong again, Alex Owens, Flashdance, The Zodiac Musical Theatre; Danny Frey, Elle Woods, Legally Blonde, KMTC; Maria Ames, Princess Fiona, Shrek the Musical, KMTC; Debbie Cornick, Morticia Adams, The Addams Family, Acton, AOS; Pat Hewitt, Dorothy Gale, The Wizard of Oz, Vale Royal Music Theatre; Kate McHenry, Violet, 9 to 5 the Musical, Encore Productions; and finally Becky Brady, Ariel, Footloose, Congleton Musical Theatre. Just those parts are just, come on, like come on. But the NODA for Best Leading Female in a Musical goes to Amy Clare, Sandra Bloom, Big Fish, Mid-Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. And that brings us on to Best Leading Female in a Drama. Again, some stunning nominees, some stunning performances from powerhouse actresses. The nominees are Sam Sherlicker, Shelby, Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players; Cheryl Topham, Lady Ponsby, Now That Lockdown Is Over, The Theatre Congleton. Polly Shorthouse, Iris Carr, The Lady Vanishes, Frodsham Players. Sue Elliott, All the Roles in 2, Kingsley Players. Rachel Wood, Queenie, Blackadder 2, Congleton Players. Valerie Ball, Mrs. Perkins, Funny Money, Kingsley Players. Laura Beach, Natalia, Half Decent Proposals, The Theatre Congleton. Jen Deacon, Maggie, Hobson's Choice, Kingsley Players. Katie Proudman, Rachel, Perfect Wedding, Harlequin Players. Shan Whedon, Caitlin Carney, The Ferryman, Harlequin Players. And Tina Wyatt, Margaret, Lockdown in Northwich, Harlequin Players. And the NODA for Best Leading Female in a Drama goes to Sam Sherlicker, Shelby, Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players. It's Best Direction of a Pantomime time. There are 4 nominees for Best Director of a Panto. They are Linda Davenport for Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. Vicky Dilworth, Beauty and the Beast, Nados. Catherine Black, Cinderella, Audlum Theatre Company. And Michelle Hughes and Keith Wilde, Aladdin, Goulburn, Stados. And the NODA for Best Director of a Panto goes to Vicky Dilworth, Beauty and the Beast, Nados. I was trying to be good all night. I've been drinking water, but it's got to that stage. Congratulations to all the winners so far. Sláinte. And that brings us on to Best Direction of a Musical. It's one of those ones anyone could win. Just phenomenal. The vision that you guys have. But not only the vision, it's how you bring it to the stage as well. It's just, I congratulate you, honestly. The nominees for Best Direction of a Musical are Joanna Milbourne Chat, Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions. Andrew Lee, A Christmas Carol, Alderley Edge and Wilmstone Musical Theatre Company. Louise Coulihan, Big Fish, Mid-Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Ben Irison, Shrek the Musical, KMTC. Caroline Coles, The Addams Family, Acton AOS. Chris Hubbard, The Full Monty, DNS Productions. Bianca Tranter, The Wizard of Oz, Burton Wood, Amads. And Nick Cupid, 9 to 5 the Musical, Encore Productions. Reading those back makes me think back to watching the shows, and just literally phenomenal. You are all phenomenal. The vision that you have, honestly, it's been a pleasure. But the NODA for Best Director of a Musical goes to Joanna Milbourne Chat, Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions. Next award of the evening, Best Direction of a Drama. Again, there are lots of nominees in this category, deservedly so. I don't apologise for nominating so many people. I think you deserve your nomination. So why would I not nominate you? One person's nominated 3 times, and I think that's deserving. So with that being said, the nominees for Best Direction of a Drama are Malcolm Barker, Lockdown in Northwich, Harlequin Players. Louise Coulihan, Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players. Simon Matthews, Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players. Malcolm Barker again, How the Other Half Loves, Kingsley Players. Rachel Wood, Half Decent Proposals, The Theatre Congleton. Carol Shinkfield, The Lady Vanishes, Frodsham Players. Tom Hayes, 2, Kingsley Players. Ian Bennett, Wind in the Willows, Frodsham Players. Emily Brassington, Bouncers and Shakers, Phoenix Theatre Company. Simon Hetherington, Funny Money, Kingsley Players. Leslie Silcock, Hobson's Choice, Kingsley Players. Malcolm Barker, for the third time, Perfect Wedding, Harlequin Players. Yvette Owen, The Ferryman, Harlequin Players. And Laura Elizabeth, the unreturning Harlequin Players. Some of these plays are just brilliant, like so good. Really, genuinely, it's been a pleasure to watch your vision come to life. An absolute pleasure. But the NODA for Best Direction of a Drama goes to Carol Shinkfield, The Lady Vanishes, Frodsham Players. Best Ensemble time. We have lots of nominees for this one. We have nominees from the Maiden Dagenham cast from Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. The Calendar Girls, the musical cast, Salt and Pepper Productions. The Shrek cast, Shrek the Musical, D&S Productions. Sunshine on Leith cast, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. The Big Fish cast of Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. The Shrek cast of Shrek the Musical, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. And the Addams Family cast, the Addams Family Crew Amateur Musical Society. And the NODA for Best Ensemble goes to the Shrek cast from Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Congratulations. Now, before we move on to the final awards, which is the best ofs, the best concert review, the best panto, best musical and best drama, we have the Special Achievement Award. At this point, if I was to do a face-to-face awards as well, I will also bring other people up on stage, people who deserve awards as well, like backstage people, other people who've been within their societies for a lot of years. It was my favourite bit of the last awards that we did, getting to know those people on stage. The unsung heroes, so like your Nick Cupids, your Sue Chats, and those people in the societies who've been there for donkeys years, all the really old people. No, but you are the stalwarts and you go above and beyond constantly. So apologies that we're not doing the face-to-face awards this year. I had a lot of ideas of people who I wanted to give awards to and some special recognition. People like Wendy Mackay from Congleton, from the Deanside Theatre. She works with a lot of societies in Congleton. She deals with props, amongst other things, but she's just a stalwart who's always there, always working hard, providing props for a number of productions. And I hope that the Deanside Theatre recognises the phenomenal work that Wendy does for amateur theatre within her district. So people like Wendy, that's who I would love to celebrate, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do that. So with that being said, I've had to choose someone for this Special Achievement Award. The person I've chosen is someone who literally is the NODA strapline. They do inspire amateur theatre. They work with youth groups, they work with adult groups. They go above and beyond. They help out, they volunteer, they direct, they take part in shows. There's so many superlatives I could describe this person. I'm going to announce who it is, and then I'm going to tell you why I've nominated that person for a special achievement. So this year's NODA Special Achievement goes to Louise Coollahan. Now, Louise Coollahan, For those of you that know her, she used to be the NODA rep before me, so I took over from Louise. She is a formidable Irish woman. You certainly don't mess with Louise. I'm sure Michael Schnack could I'm sure Michael could agree with. Louise is literally involved in a lot of societies, particularly in Congleton, but more so across the entire district. She directs shows, she's in shows, she's works with a lot of the youth societies, which I know she's very passionate about giving back and training up a lot of people that way. Louise is nominated individually for about 5 awards for this evening, and bless her, she hasn't won any of them. She could have easily won them all, but this year she hasn't won any, and I really genuinely feel like she deserves to win this Special Achievement Award. She's kind, she's passionate. She's directed her first G&S production this year for a society in Congleton, a youth society. She strives for greatness. She has a continual high standard of what she does. Her vision is just phenomenal. For those of you that work with Louise, you'll know how very demanding she is, because she doesn't use the term amateur as a get out clause. If anything, she is the NODA strapline. She inspires for a better vision, a better production, a better quality. And for me, she certainly deserves this award. So Louise Coulihan, congratulations. You thoroughly deserve the Special Achievement Award for District 8. Sláinte, and we'll celebrate soon. And now we move on to the big four. Oh gosh, look like an Irish priest. Do the top button, Joe. Okay, so moving on. Best Pantomime. The nominees are Beauty and the Beast, Nados. Cinderella, Goulburn, Stados. Jack and the Beanstalk, Kingsley Players. Robin Hood, Congleton Pantomime. Unhappily Ever After, Burton Wood, AMADS. Aladdin, Goulburn, Stados again. Cinderella, Nados again. And Robinson Crusoe, Shavington Village Festival Committee. And the NODA for Best Pantomime goes to Beauty and the Beast, Nados. Congratulations. And that brings us on to Best Concert Review. Now, it's been a delight. Obviously, through COVID, the concert reviews have been a way to get back on stage, whether it's been online or in person. It's been a genuine, absolute delight to see some of these review shows. More shows on the list this year than normal, because obviously it's 3 years in one. But the nominations for Best Concert Review are A Show with No Name, Alderley Edge and Wilmslow Musical Theatre Company. Do You Hear the People Sing, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Strictly More Musicals, Centenary Theatre Company. Musicals Go Pop, Alderley Edge and Wilmslow Musical Theatre Company again. Make 'em Laugh, the Zodiac Musical Theatre. Roles Will Never Play, Together for Theatre Productions. And the comeback concert, Trinity AOS. And the NODA for Best Concert Review goes to Do You Hear the People Sing, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Two awards left. Two awards left. Best drama. My goodness. I love my plays, I really do. Maybe more than my musicals. I do love my plays. Oh, do you know what? This list is just ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous. Genuinely, I mean genuinely, you know I don't lie. I can't lie. I have to tell my truth. These plays, every single one, brilliant. Just brilliant. But there can only be one winner. The nominees for Best Drama are The Ferryman, Harlequin Players, Steel Magnolias, Congleton Players, Blue Remembered Hills, Congleton Players, How the Other Half Loves, Kingsley Players, 2, Kingsley Players, The Lady Vanishes, Frodsham Players, Hobson's Choice, Kingsley Players, and finally Wind in the Willows, Phoenix Theatre Company. Some stunning plays in there. But the NODA for Best Drama goes to The Ferryman, Harlequin Players. Final award of the evening, come to Best Musical. Again, lots of nominees in this one. I'm looking at the list right now, thoroughly deserved. This has been another headache for me as well. But I'm genuinely really pleased with the winner. It's one that's really stuck with me over the last 3 years, both in my head and my heart. It's the one I've gone to in my head that should win Best Musical. So hopefully you'll agree. Some of you might disagree, but it is what it is. But genuinely, all of the nominees in this category could have easily have won. And again, I'll reiterate again, if it was in your year, you might have won the NODA anyway. So you're all thoroughly deserved to win. But the nominees for Best Musical are Shrek the Musical, D&S Productions. Great show. Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions. Sobbed like a baby. A Christmas Carol, Alderley Edge and Wilmslow Musical Theatre Company. Visually beautiful. Big Fish, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. I'm biased, I was in that one, but it's one that sticks with me. Elf the Musical, Centenary Theatre Company. Some fantastic performances. The Addams Family, Acton AOS. Just blew me away, that one. Shrek the Musical, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Again, powerhouse performances, visually just stunning. 9 to 5 the Musical, Encore Productions. Just brilliantly executed. Everything just flowed. The scene changes, visually brilliant. Oh, so good. Legally Blonde, Knutsford Musical Theatre Company. Another one of those powerhouse performances. Again, visually stunning, just fantastic. Sunshine on Leith, Mid Cheshire Musical Theatre Company. Fantastic. Sticks in my head as brilliant performances. Scottish accents were phenomenal. Shrek the Musical, Curtain Call Productions. Again, one of those ones you're just like, wow. I was like watching a West End show. But of course, I was watching a couple of West End performers. And Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Crew Amateur Musical Society. Just a pleasure to watch that show. Just a brilliant night out with some beautiful people in that society. Gorgeous people who I shall miss. So the NODA for Best Musical goes to Calendar Girls the Musical, Salt and Pepper Productions. Congratulations to everyone. And that's it. That's the end. feeling really, really emotional. Again, congratulations to all the nominees. Thoroughly deserve to be nominated. And I don't apologise again for having so many nominees this year. Some people were nominated abundance of times, even within the same category. But I sincerely think you deserve those nominations, so why would I not nominate you? I hope that we can raise enough money to get all the nominees their certificates and the winners their certificates, and even hopefully the winners some trophies as well. So if you haven't donated, please, please, please donate. Please donate, because I think it's the right thing to do. I'm really emotional. It's been an absolute pleasure. I know lots of you hate me, and that's okay. That's your prerogative. I know I've clashed with a lot of people over the last 5 years. I know some of my criticisms have been harsh. And I know that hopefully I will be missed a little bit. I hope that I've done you guys justice. I am passionate about theatre, whether it's musical theatre or if it's straight theatre. I'm just passionate about amateur theatre. It's where we all start off. It's where all the professional actors in the West End start off. It's vitally important that we continue to inspire amateur theatre, because a lot of people, and we all have them within our societies, who have trained within amateur theatre, within our societies, who've gone on to the West End, who've gone on to Broadway and bigger and better things. And we need to continue that path. We need to continue to inspire these people. So I sincerely wish you all the very, very best. Again, apologies if I've clashed with you, if I've been harsh, if I've been overly harsh. Please know that it does come from a place of love. You know I don't hold grudges. There's people I've clashed with who've won Best Director and Best Musical Director and whatever over the last couple of years. I literally don't hold grudges. I don't hold any bad feeling. I sincerely wish you all the best. Tons of love. I'm really sorry I couldn't carry on being your NODA rep. If I was being paid for it, I would stay. I would happily stay, but I just can't continue to do the hours that I've been doing. For those of you that don't know, I do work 6 jobs in order for me to be a professional actor. I also have kids and a dog, and I'm literally doing 60, 70, 80 hours a week some weeks, and it's just, I can't continue to do that. So I'm sorry that I have to leave as NODA rep, but I do hope that whoever takes over is just as passionate as I am and gives you exactly what you need, and hopefully doesn't tell you that things are great when they're not, and it is honest, but maybe a bit more tactful than I've been. Loads of love, loads of light, positivity. Continue to invite me to your shows if you want to. I'd happily come along and give you my opinion if you want that, or if you just want me to come along and support. I'm hoping to still, obviously, keep in contact with as many as you as possible. I'm getting emotional again. I genuinely feel I've made genuine connections with people across the entire district. You are just beautiful human beings, and it's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you. Good night. God bless.